Okay, guys, lesson number 4, and today our focus would be to look at inequalities. But as our custom is, we had about 7 to 10 questions that we had from lesson number 3 in trying to solve for x. There are so many types of equations that we need to learn. So let's see what all right. This is the list of questions that we had to deal with, 5 marks, 4 marks, and all and all. All right, so let's quickly start. The first one, we see, what did we call this? We called it a multivariable what? Trinomial. And we said, don't worry about the y for now. We said, let's leave the y out. Don't forget equals to 0, very important. Now, what do? We factorize. I think 2 and 3 would work for us. 2 and 3. Plus and plus. All right. Now we can bring in the y's back. Replace the y. This is y squared. And to get y squared, it will be y times y. And we are done. So x plus 2y equals to 0. X equals to negative 2y. The examiner wants x over y. So what is x over y? Negative 2. The second part, remember the word or, very important. X plus 3y equals to 0. X equals to negative 3y. X over y. Are we okay with that? With the first one? We got to run quickly. Are we okay with the first one? Give me a thumbs up. Are we okay with the first one? Made a lot of sense to you? And you just bagged 5 marks. You just bagged 5 marks. 4.9, the next one. All right, we said something yesterday that the laws of exponents, 2 to the power x plus 2 should be written as 2 to the power x times 2 to the power 2. And that's where the key to this question is. So what do we have? 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power x times 2 to the power 2. You've got to write nicely. If I factor out 2 to the power x, or if you cannot see it, we can say let 2 to the power x be equal to k. It's always nicer. So that is k plus 4k equals to 50. Oh, what do we have? 5k, equals to 40. So what is k? K equals to 8. But we know our k to be 2 to the power x. Oh, this is 2 to the power 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Are we good? Second one done. 4 marks in the bag. 4 marks in the bag. Let's see. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, Luanda? Luanda, your hand is...
Put thumbs up. I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's just the emoji. You find the emojis right down there. Okay, no problem. Okay.
Oh.
You found it. Okay. All right, next one. Oh, beautiful one here. I'm going to do this in 2 ways for you. In 2 ways. Now, I could quickly say 121. But then I told you that when I introduce a square root, it must be plus or minus. And that's my answer. The other way would have been to see this as difference of 2 squares. And that would allow me open 2 brackets. Which means x plus 11 equals to 0, x minus 11, and x will be equal to negative 11, or x equals to. So please take note, when I introduce a square root, I must introduce plus or minus. I must introduce plus or minus. Even 1.1.4, we're going to work it out in two ways. Let's work it out. So I could work it out by saying x plus 2 squared equals to 9. So what is x plus 2? It is plus or minus square root of 9, which means x plus 2 equals to plus or minus 3. This means x plus 2 equals to 3, or x plus 2 equals to negative 3. What is 3 minus 2? 1, or negative 5. Please bear in mind, always put that square root in mind, plus or minus. What is my other way of working this out? I could quickly see this as difference of two squares. It means I'll have two brackets. In one bracket, x plus 2 plus 3, x plus 2 minus 3. So what do I have for the first bracket? X plus 2 plus 3 equals to 0. X will be equal to negative 5. Or x plus 2 minus 3 equals to 0. X minus 1. And our answer is the same. Perfect. So please watch out for that square root. Once I bring in square root, I must bring in plus or minus. Are we okay so far? Everybody good so far? Let me know. Basic algebra here that we quickly sorting out. We don't want mistakes when we get into assessments. All right, beautiful. So take note, square root will always go with plus or minus. Okay, this one, given that 2k is that, determine the value of, okay, I have to probably do this on two different pages. All right. Okay, let's do this one here. All right. If k equals to 2, okay, so what do we have? Let's see what this is going to look like. 2k, this is a, x minus 5. All right, so if x is equal to 2, what do we have? We are looking for k. X equals to 2, 2 minus 5, and 2 minus k. What are we going to have here? Let's simplify. Minus 3 there, into bracket 2 minus k. All right, negative 6 plus 3k. Now, if I move that over, what would I have? 2k minus 3k, negative k equals to negative 6, and k equals to 6. What about finding x if k equals to 2? Let's look at the second one. So k is equal to 2. We have 2k, x minus 5, x minus a. If k equals to 2, this becomes, always show your substitution. X minus 5 and x minus 2. All right, so this is 4. Okay, guys, remember, we said you cannot do anything until the left-hand side is a 0, right-hand side. So we have to expand this. This is x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10 minus 4. Please, this 0 is important. Don't leave it empty. 0, therefore, is equal to x squared minus 7x plus 6. Okay, you can switch the sides now for convention. Minus 6 and minus 1. Yep, that works. So x minus 6 equals to 0, or x minus 1 equals to 0. X equals to 6, or x equals to 1. Let me know if we are still on board. Everybody's still okay. We're doing good so far. All right, so the more of these questions we do, the better we become. All right, I have the last two. I think we would squeeze them. We can do them on this page. They're not very difficult. All right, look at the first one. 2x minus 6. There is no need to expand this anymore. Why? The right hand side is already a 0. So 2x minus 6 equals to 0, x plus 5. So 2x is equal to 6, or x is equal to negative 5. Case closed. We are done there. And the last one, oh, this one, I love this one. Do you notice that even this bracket? So we are saying either 3x, because we are multiplying everything. So it's either the first bracket is a 0, or x minus 5 is a 0, or 3x minus 1. Because if you multiply it out, it will give you x to the power 3, which means I should be expecting 3 solutions. So either x equals to 0, or x equals to 5, or x equals to 1 over 3. Please talk to me. I think this marks the end of all the questions we were looking at. Any question so that we can run quickly to our focus for the day? Is there any question here? Okay, so we're good to go for the day. Lovely. We are good to go for the day. What are we looking at today? What are we looking at today? We're looking at inequalities. We are looking at inequalities. Very, very important. I'm going to first give us a few rules that we should follow. And after that, we jump into so many types of questions. So please follow the rules. The rules are very, very important. Once you understand the rules, then life becomes very easy. So what are the rules of solving inequalities? Rules. The first thing that I want us to realize, number one, make sure your inequality is in standard form. I want to call this a trinomial inequality. Is in standard form. And what do I mean? What do I mean by saying in standard form? What do I mean when I say it should be in standard form? Ax squared plus bx plus c, your inequality. So right hand side should be a 0. That's the first one. B, for simplicity, make sure A is positive. It makes it very easy. Make sure A is positive. Make sure A is positive. That's going to make life very, very easy. And note here for this one, if A is negative, divide across by -1 and change the inequality sign. Every time you divide by a negative, you must change your inequality sign. That is very, very important. Every time you change your inequality sign, you must, anytime you multiply by negative or divide by negative, you must change your inequality sign. Number 2, factorize the trinomial where possible. And the idea here the x in the brackets should be positive. The x in the brackets should be positive. The x in the brackets should be positive. This is very, very important. I'm going to give you a note. What if the x is negative? What should I do? If the x is negative, apply sign change. This means a multiplication by -1, and the inequality sign changes. We're going to look at a quick example. -3 minus x is the same thing as -x minus 3. That's a sign change, grade 10. 3 minus x. I don't want the minus, so I'm applying a sign change rule. All right? I'll show you how to do this when it comes to the inequality part, but this is just what sign change means. So you would notice I have changed the position of the 3 and the x. The x is now what? Positive. That is my aim. The x is now positive. That is the aim. It makes it a lot easier when your x is positive. And the best way to do it is to apply sign change. We'll do a few questions on this, don't worry. Are we done writing? Okay, point number, yes. Commutative law. All right, point number 3. Point number 3. Find your critical values. Find the critical values. After finding your factors. After finding the factors. Critical values, let's define them, are the values that makes the inequality invalid. Factors, values that make the inequality invalid. We can also find critical values, which is known as CV, by using the quadratic. CV therefore can be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We can also find the critical values. Number 4. If your inequality is in standard form, then it follows that we can apply the number line, the standard number line, or graph system. But I will use the number line system. Here we have the small CV. Here we have the big CV. Plus, minus, plus. Plus, minus, plus. Let me put a small note. Okay, it's fine. For one CV value, or for inequalities with one CV, it's possible to have one. For inequalities with the same CV, critical values, that is one CV, your number line then becomes, since it's one CV, positive and positive. You have your CV there. I'll show you how this works. Once you master this, it's going to be very, very good. Okay, are we done here? I have one more note to give you, one more point, and then we start working through. I'm trying to make it very slow so that everybody, even those who are writing slowly, can catch up with me. I have one more point, and then we're good. Number 6, or 2 more points. To write your answers, how do you write your answers? If your critical values are greater than 0, that is, so from the point of solving your critical values, if it is greater than 0, remember, we have CV1, or let's say small CV. We said small. And we have the big CV here. Greater than 0 means we are looking for things that are positive. And where are my positive signs? They are right here. So what that would mean is this. You see where the positive are? We're moving in opposite directions. So x would be less than the small CV. X would be greater than the big CV. And I want you to notice, look at my arrows there. That forms my inequality sign. This is why it is important that we get it done and write it in standard form. Very, very important. Once you follow the standard rules, inequality becomes very easy. A lot of people struggle with this, and that is not right. Number 7. Or no, still number 6. If my brackets are less than 0, the less than 0 tells me that I'm looking for something what? Negative, right? Negative. What is my number line looking like? Let's put the negative here so that we maintain positive. The negative, okay, here guys, the positive is here. Okay, I'm looking for things that are positive. Here I'm looking for things that are negative. It is right here. So my negative, let's use a green. It's right here. Let me make it thicker. It is right there. Remember, small CV. What does this tell us? The negative lies between. Check what I'm going to do. It lies between the small and big CV. If it lies between, I don't know if you noticed how I wrote my between. Did you see the mathematical way there? That I have my inequality sign. So that and that. X. Small CV on the left and big CV on the right. When my answer is in between, look at the word between. Look at my e's. My e's are written as less than and less than. Please, very important. You must know how to combine your answers. This is the first answer type. And the second one. Very, very crucial that we know how to put those answers. The third one, for one CV, if, and we have one CV, oh, this note is so good. This note is so good. I have one CV. Remember? It simply means that I have that, and there's a small gap. There's a small gap there because it's not equal to. So what I'm saying, X is less than that CV and X is greater. This one is not and, not or, it's actually and. All right? And X is greater than the same CV. It means X is an element of real numbers, but X cannot be equal to the CV. I am not saying less than or equal to. I'm not using the equal to sign yet. All right? So x can be all possible values except for the CV itself, because we're saying x is less than the CV. X is also greater than the same CV, but x is not equal to the CV. Okay? If it is like this, greater than or equal to 0, it therefore means my final answer would be x is an element of real numbers. The CVs are inclusive. But let me draw the number line so we can see. We have one CV. But this time around, there's no white. It's all overlaid from negative infinity to positive infinity. So x is less than or equal to the CV, and x is greater than or equal to the CV. That is, x is an element of R because of the inclusivity. It's inclusive. I think let me try to put some lines here. And do the last one here as well. If this and that less than 0, remember we have one CV here, right? And we have one CV. Remember, it's a plus and a plus. And we have one CV. Less than 0 means I'm looking for something negative. And it's not there. Here we have no solution. And this is actually functions. We're going to repeat this when we get to functions, when we draw nature, or not even functions, we're going to do nature of roots. It's part of algebra. This is so important to write your answers. So we have, let me put all my answers in yellow boxes. The answer to this one is that. The answer to this one is this. And the answer to this one is that. So I've given you 5 different ways of writing your answer. We have one more point and then we're good. Just one more. Let's give 30 seconds for everyone to catch up. With this, you'll be able to do any inequality question. Just any. Are we good? Ready to go? Are we ready to go? Okay, Nolwazi says no. Today, having all of these notes, we might actually finish in about at 9:30. So it's more like an hour session. Beautiful, and we quickly deal with all our inequalities. All right, we're good to go. The last one, point number 7. Point number 7. For exponents, we must know, and we spoke about this yesterday, that a to the power x will always be greater than 0. That is, for all real real numbers of x. And a is positive. No matter what you tell me, it will always be greater than 0. Always. If a is positive, you can try your calculator and try any number, no matter how small. I said if a is positive, don't forget. For example, check this. If I tell you 5 to the power of 2, obviously 25, okay? What about 5 to the power of negative 2? Check. 1 over 25, it's still positive. What about 5 to the power of negative 0,00? Check that. It's still positive. So no matter what, as long as the base is positive, that one will always be positive. We spoke about something like that. Okay. Ngalula says, wasn't done with number 6. I'll go back. And we are done with our notes. Done with our notes. Let's see if we can do 20 questions today. Would that be fine? 20 questions. Ngalula, here is your number 6. Or somebody please send a picture to this of this. Let's see, we can try. Let's see if we can get to do 20. Or maybe that's ambitious. Okay, Bonola says no problem. Maybe I'm very ambitious, but I think we can. I think we can. Okay, whatever we see, just going to go and look at my document, and whatever question we see, maybe I'm sure it will be more than 10. Ngalula, I'm not sure if you got this now. Or can somebody please just take a picture of this so that we save time? Oh, you're good. Lovely. Okay. Activity time now. Activity time. Let me get my folders quickly. Let's start from, let's pick some from a grade 11 document, and then we pick the rest from a grade 12 document. All right, aim is 20. Aim is 20. All right, we already have our first 10 here. We need is right here. That's our first. I will do some, and you will do some. And questions, I'm listening. Okay. For the first page, I handle the first 3 here. All right, guys, I will do 1.7, 1.2, 1.3. X squared. Please remember, don't divide. Make sure the right hand side is a 0. It must be standard. Say x squared minus 2x less than or equal to, factorize x into bracket x minus 2. Now, what are our values? It's like we're solving, almost as if we're solving. All right? If we were to solve this, we would say x equals to 0 or x equals to 2. That's how we get our critical values. I hope that makes sense. If we were solving, it would have been into bracket x minus 2, then we'd say x equals to 0 or x minus 2. All right, but we don't want to see all of these critical values, the small critical value and the big critical value. Take note that it's in standard form. Do you notice my x is positive here? My x is also positive. That's very, very important. Now, remember the signs? It's standard. The signs will be what? Plus, minus, plus. Question, what are we looking for? We are looking for things that are than or equal to 0. And these things, when we say less than 0, negative. Oh, it's right here. It's in between. Do you see? My answer lies between. And I told you it's my inequality. So what should I write? Case closed. Make sense? About but grade levels. Are we okay? We okay? All right. That for me. But make sure x. Let's make that point. Make sure interpret. Very, very to interpret. When we go and standard form, remember. So one minus 3. One and 3. Please, it's plus, minus, plus. Oh. What are the numbers? Are positive. No, please. -1 or x. If you try to substitute answers with perfect, example, -2. It will still work because both of them would be negative and 1.7.3. I'm going to try that quickly for me. Let's see if there are misconceptions that you have. And let's deal with it. Audio fine now? Is the audio okay now? It gave me a problem yesterday, but we're fine now. Okay. Did we manage to finish? If you are still busy, just give me a thumbs down. But if we are all good, then we're good. Okay, now we're still busy. Now let's give you 1 minute. Now, did you finish? Okay, let's mark quickly. Remember, the first rule is that standard form. Less than or equal to what? 0. Now we need to solve this and find factors. I've taught you guys, so I'm not going to go through that principle of quadratic equation. We need to try to find this. So what would this be? x squared plus 18x. 7 times 9 is 63. And I see already 63 is 3 and 21. And that will be 21 minus 3. But we multiplied by 7, so we divide by 7. So our answer here should be 7x minus 3 and x plus 3. I hope we are okay with that. We know what we did there, right? Lesson 1 to 3, everyone should be fine. What are my critical values? The smaller number on the left, and from here, I can see that this will give me a negative 3. And this will be 3 over 7. Positive, negative, positive. Our answers, we are looking for negative value. So our answers lies between. But it's less than or equal to. Is that what you got? Is that what we got? Let's see. Anybody lost? So you would notice that lesson 1, 2, 3 has really helped us. We are now moving and cruising. Okay. So first 3 questions down. Lovely. Let's go for the next 3. 1.4. Can we squeeze the 3? Oh yeah, we can. Ooh, I love the fact that we are beginning to bring in the big boys here now. Okay. Guys, do you want to try 1.7.4 for me? I think you can. And oh yeah, I will do 1.7.5. Please, 1.7.4, I know you. Please try that for me. X into bracket x plus 1 greater than or equal to 6. Please try that. I will help you with 1.5. This one shouldn't take us so long to factorize. So 2 minutes, 30 seconds. All right, I'm sure you are done. X squared plus x minus 6 greater than or equal to 0. We factorize as quickly as possible. What are we looking at here? 3 and 2 should work. Now what are our critical values? Negative 3 and positive 2. Smaller number on the left and bigger number on the right. Plus, minus, plus. We are looking for positive stuff. So x should be less than or equal to negative 3, or x should be greater than or equal to 2. Is that fine with us? All right, guys, work with me on 1.7.5 and you will realize why I said I want to do this now. 4 minus x, we have a problem. The problem is this guy is not in standard form. Why is it not in standard form? If it is standard form, our x should be positive. So now we apply what we call the sign change. But look at what I'm just no, what did I write now? Underline them. I changed that, which is basically multiplied by minus, and I also changed that. Is equal to 4. And I'm done with this. I move on. Let me know if it makes sense. And you can try. You can put any value there. You can put any value. Let me show you that it works. What do I mean? You can greater than 4. A number greater than 4 would be 5. So 4 minus 5, I'm replacing my x. Check. My answer must be negative. There we go. So it goes back to the less than or equal to 0. It means we should get a negative answer. So please take note. Standard form. Very, very important. Please write that quickly. I'm going to do number 6 as well. I spoke about this. And I think the next one, you will do the next 3 for me. Are we ready for this? Where is my problem? My problem is this guy. And what did we say earlier on? We said 2 to the power x can never. So this is always greater than 0. The examiner would actually give you 1 mark for writing that. For any value of x. It therefore means that, it means this is already positive. This has to be negative. So it means x minus 3 must be less than or equal to 0. Look at 3 marks. Look at your 3 marks there. You cannot come and write 2 to the power x is less than 0. That is not true. This is not true. Incorrect. So 2 to the power x must be greater than 0. Let's write that quickly. Then we go to number 7, 8, 9, and 10. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. Can I give you, I wanted to do all of this for me. Can I give you 10 minutes to try all of this? If we can get all of this done, I think we'll be fine. 10 minutes, everybody. 4 for me. Let's see what you can do. Talk to you again after 10 minutes. Hi guys, did we finish? Did everybody finish? Let's see, is there anybody still busy? Just give me a thumbs down if you're still busy. Oh, looks like we all finished. Okay, then let's mark this. And you would see that we have completed 10. I was over ambitious to say 20, but all good. I think we would have covered, no, we haven't covered everything when I looked at all of these questions. I might just write 2 questions off my head. All right, the first one, 2 to the power x, number 7, x squared minus 9 less than 0. Already we know that 2 to the power x must be greater than 0. That is a mark. Then we have what? X squared minus 9 less than 0. If you look at this one, this is a difference of 2 squares, so it is best you open 2 brackets. Then we can create our number line quickly. -3 and +3. Plus, minus, plus. We want negative, less than 0 means negative. So our answer has to be x must lie between -3 and +3. Please, very, very important. That first step is important. That first step is important. I hope this makes sense. And then we see our difference of 2 squares there. -3 and +3. Plus, minus, plus. We're looking for things that are less than 0. So you'll get a mark for this. This is very, very important. All right. Number 8. Let me try to see if I can squeeze everything here. Number 8. X squared plus 2x minus 20. Oh, this examiner. Lovely. Let's bring everything over. X squared plus 2x plus x minus 20 plus 2. Just normal stuff. X squared plus 3x minus 18 less than 0. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a 6 and a 3. Critical values quickly. Smaller number on the left and the bigger number on the right. Standard form, yes. So we're good. Less than 0 is negative, so my answer should lie between. It's this conclusion that learners always struggle with, and I want to believe that if you are in this session now, you are okay with the conclusion. Next one, 5 is less than. Oh yeah, I love this one. This is the one I told you that your x must always be on the left hand side. Check here, 2x squared. Oh, this is beautiful. Move everything over. I want your variables to be on the left hand side. So check this, it becomes a negative. It also becomes a negative, still less than 0. But this is not in standard form. Standard form means our a must be positive. So what do? Multiply across by negative. It becomes a positive, it becomes a positive, it becomes a negative, and your inequality sign changes. Just those little rules, very important. We can then quickly factorize that. Remember, we did all of this. 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. We rewrite this as minus 10. I think 5 and 2 should work. Yep. But we then divide by 2, divide by 2. 2x plus 5 and x minus 1. Guys, do you notice every time I do that out of my question? Please, very, very important. Critical values. Negative 5 over 2. Smaller number first and 1. Plus, minus, plus. Remember, I'm looking for things that are positive. So what is my answer? I'm going to write my answer here. X is less than negative 5 over 2, or x is greater than 1. Are we okay with this page? Then we have one more. Are we okay with this page? Great. Good job, everybody. Good job. Good job, job. Okay. Let me duplicate this page. Oh no, there's no need. I see I have one extra page that I can use. Lovely. Number 10. Okay. Now, with a fraction, lovely. I know you guys don't like fractions. So let's look at what would I do with this. The best thing to do is to get rid of your fraction by multiplying everything across by your LCD. So my LCD here is 2. Multiply everything across. 2 times x becomes 2x. Please, this is important. Multiply across by the LCD. Lovely. Standard form now. Please don't do too many steps at once. You'll get yourself confused. Divide by negative. That will change. That will change. And that will change. I think it's a 4 and a 2. Critical values. Smaller number. And we go plus, minus, plus. We are looking for less than 0. Things that are negative. It's in between. Are we okay, everybody? I want you to solve this one for me. I have just 2 questions or 3. No, sorry. Quickly, you can start. All right, you can start. I'll just be doing some things, but it won't remove the question. All right, let's see, 6 minutes. I know you've already started, so. We're finishing at 10 today, remember? Is there anybody still busy? Let's see, are we all done? Give me a thumbs up. Are we all done? It's already 10 o'clock. I don't want to keep you. I know many of you are now thinking about food. No, Lazi, what's wrong? You are thinking of food. Huh? You are thinking, oh, I'm hungry. Can this guy finish? Okay, let's see quickly. Now, if you notice, the first three questions are kind of the same. So I won't waste time. X plus 5, X plus 5. You would notice that we have one critical value, which is negative 5. And I told it's always plus and plus there. But because my answer is not inclusive, x is less than negative 5 or x is greater than negative 5. That's my answer. Or I can say x is equal to 5. No, sorry. X is an element of real numbers, but x is not equal to negative 5. Take note of that answer. The second one, what is the difference? You would see it's greater than or equal to 0. One critical value as well again. It is always plus and plus. What do we have? X is less than or equal to negative 5 or... So it's all numbers. Basically, answer, x is an element of real numbers. That's my answer there. You would notice the difference between the first and the second one. The second one, the negative 5 is not included, but in the second one, it is. What about the third one? X plus 5. Okay, critical value. There's only one critical value here. But unfortunately, we're looking for something less than 0, and it's not there. So, no solution here. And basically, let me explain this in another way. We are simply saying x plus 5 squared. This is not true. We solve this. It's not true. X plus anything squared will always be greater than 0. So no solution. I hope that makes sense. If anything squared, you will always get a positive answer. And the last one, you would notice something very interesting here is that both of them are not in standard form. So please watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do it step by step mathematically. Let's change the first one. Remember, x minus 4. I need to change my inequality sign. That's what I taught you. Change bracket, one bracket after the other until you perfect it. But my second bracket is also not in standard form. So I'll go repeat what I did. But then my inequality sign changes back. Now they are both in standard form. Critical values, small critical values, and big critical value, plus, minus, plus. Less than 0, we are looking at that point. 3, 4, and that's it. Did it make sense to you all? I said 20 questions, we did 14. I tried, right? I tried. We did 14. I have many more, but we're okay. Now, guys, our next lesson would be simultaneous equation. That's 6 marks. Simultaneous equations. I want to combine that simultaneous with, maybe we can look at nature of roots there. All right. In our next lesson. I hope you guys are okay. We had a good time today. Please start making inquiries on our extra class because this free thing is going to stop very shortly. So join our live online and physical weekly extra classes. Then you get free access to all the lessons we are doing, lessons from 3 years ago, from 2 years ago, from last year, and also next year. You'll get access to watch all of those, and you can always stay ahead of your class. All right, guys, have a lovely weekend. Stay tuned on the group where you will get information about the next class. We have a class on Monday. Lesson 5 would be on Monday. Goodbye. Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.